Hello guys, can you guys see me? I'm now going to close the boot. Do you see that? Yep, the tonneau cover goes down by itself. I like cars that do that. Let me get you guys out. Yes guys, and this one? Yo, soft closed doors. This is a car that I never thought I never thought I would like. Alright, this is the Audi Q7 and it is locally assembled in Malaysia now. And let's have a look at it. Okay, why do I say I like it? Now, a lot of you who watch my videos would know that I am a 3-time Audi owner and I love Audis and I am biased with Audis. And the car that I drove before this is the Q8 e-tron. And I don't like that car. I mean, it drives okay, it drives well, but there is just too many things about that car that just felt not competitive. All right, now what about this? Okay, let's first go through the looks. Now the A7 in global markets has been out for a while, and this time around Audi Malaysia put in a lot of effort and they managed to local assembly this car, which Audi has been talking for the past 15 years in trying to set up local assembly in Malaysia unsuccessfully. All right. Now let's go through the design first before I talk about all the history stuff and all that. I mean, it's just gonna get too long. Now the front of the car, this is Audi's new, sort of new-ish design language. All right, you see very intricate headlights and all that, but overall, I don't really like the front. I have a C7 Audi RS6, and I think that front is nicer. What is it about this front that I don't like is the bulging of this part. If you can see here, the grille is the part where it bulges out the most. So there is a little bit of a puffy kind of look to it. But overall, I think if I park this car next to some GLE or X5, I think this one would look better and more aggressive compared to those. Okay, what do you think? Now, some new patterns, huge hexagonal designs. The previous ones were smaller. These are huge, absolutely massive, and because they're made of plastic, right? So when they made it this big, right, it looks a little bit cheap, I may say. All right, and you can clearly see the radiators inside, and the openings are so huge, right? Anyone buying this, I would recommend you go to those shops and do a chicken wire frame behind to protect your radiators, because when the opening is that big, I think huge stones will fly straight into it. I will go and do the wire frames and get it covered inside. Those chicken wire, chicken wire fences, get it done. It's a very well-known thing. A lot of Porsche owner does that. Don't worry. A lot of Porsche owners do the chicken wire fence thing behind their whole grille to prevent stones from flying inside, right? So the front end is aggressive, as you can see. Large grille. I think the fact that this car is white in color and the bits that are black, basically the grille, the side intakes, the skirting over there, the wheels, and this little black bit over here, and the side mirrors, and the window lines, all this in black is nice, is sporty. And then there is this strip that runs across the rear. I really like the rear end design of this car. It is nice, and then the exhaust. You don't need car wows. Stick of truth here, because these look proper. They look proper. All right, and I think it's a very good looking car. New Audi logo, flat. Not to my liking as an Audi fan, and these are matte black. All right, and yeah, overall the clean Audi design language, the clean cut lines, you know, the proper stamping, sharp lines running across the car. I think it's a good looking car. All right, and somehow it is smaller than it looks. Okay, it is not a small car by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, and here you have the headlight clusters. Okay, the daytime running lights. It's all very Audi, a little bit of flamboyant styling over here, not very Audi. Okay, so yeah, overall it's a design that I like. I don't think it looks as good as the new XC90 in front, but I would say the rear is certainly better looking, and yeah, I like it. And one thing I like about Audis is you see how they don't do the cut line of the boot opening. They don't do the cut line like that. They wrap it around. So from the rear, you don't see any cut lines at all. So it's a very clean looking rear because they fold it all the way to the sides. Okay? And I was surprised when I saw that this is a 7-seater. So there are a lot of things that I like about the car. And you see you have these quick buttons, one press to fold the seats down. Oh, even backup? Really? Let's try, shall we? Do I need to remove the tonneau cover first? And then you also have this. Yeah, okay. I need to clarify something here. When I drove the car, I thought it is not air suspension. I'm not joking, because it handles so well. This car out-handles the XC90 anytime. This car drives like a Cayenne, except it is probably a little bit more comfy than the Cayenne. Okay. Yep. See this blank spot. The old Q7, they have the lights inside here, because a lot of countries require you to still have some form of lighting even after you open the lid for safety purposes. But now they put it down here, so you still have them. And they don't look as weird as having this, but this one suddenly looks empty now. Anyway, yeah, the car drives really well. And I was surprised to learn when I saw this thing to lower and raise it, that it is air suspension. Yeah, it doesn't handle like an air suspension car, I swear to you. It handles like some adaptive coil spring suspension. It is that good in its handling. Okay, now let's continue on. I'm not sure if I want to do the tonneau cover thing. From here I can see there's no storage for the tonneau cover, so if you remove it, it will be a chunk that you need to find place to store. Let me press this button first. You can't, right? See? You need to first optimize the second row before you can do this. All right, let's go and get that done. Maybe I'll put you guys here so you can see how I get it done. Oh, it's a bit dark, huh? Nevertheless, let's try. I should go from that side, right? For better cinematic purposes. Okay, the second row isn't powered. So let me optimize it back, because you see this one is already exposing the rails down here. Oh, this is one chunky mechanism. I'll show you guys later. Okay, let's optimize it back to where it should be, because I push it all the way to the back. Is that it? Nope, one more step. as proper. And I like the seat back angle on this. Look at that. A lot of cars are like that, but this one you can drop it down, which is good. Okay, let me optimize it as well. There's a little strap here. Yeah. This way it is still comfy, but normal. Okay? Let's get the rear seats up. Ooh, I'm excited. So, no lah, I think I need to remove the tonneau cover first. Let's be realistic. Okay, so this one has the rails here, the guide rails that pulls the tonneau cover up or down when you open or close the boot, which is very nice. This one, on the other hand, I know Audis, I know my Audis is a chunky, big thing that there is no way of storing it. There is just absolutely no way of storing it. You just have to find... Okay, at least you can do this. Yeah, that's the best you can do, because just to make us feel better, sorry for that, single hand operation. There is nothing here, right? There's nothing here. These are the subwoofer or the air suspension stuffs, or the mild hybrid stuff. I think it's the mild hybrid stuff. Basically, it's a bit of stuff in here. Oh, there's a heat sink over here as well. Yeah, this one has the this car has the Bang & Olufsen sound system, so yeah, it sounds really good. So I guess that's the only place you can put your tonneau cover when you suddenly need to remove your when you suddenly need to remove the tonneau cover, that's the only place that you can put them. Okay, now let's do this. Oh yo, look at that. Look at that. Whew. Oh, it's a one touch. I don't need to hold it. I need to hold it. Yeah, it's better than you need to hold it in case anything happens. It's not a one touch operation. Alright. And then fold this up. Fold this up. I like that you can just pull this and lower it. This is so much nicer than that stupid press both side thing that is in on a lot of cars. It's there, the dreaded thing is there. Yeah. Anyway, let's go and have a look. Now, both rear seat belts are of these type where first one you secure it, and then the second one secure it to this side, then the second one will pull over. So both sides are employing this design, and it's sort of alright, seems not bad. Maybe it's new, so that the spring thing is still very nice. Let's go and have a look. I'm not sure if you can further recline, but I don't see much room to do it. Anyway, let's go to the rear seats, the third row. I'll be very, very surprised if this one can challenge the... Oh, wow. Wait, how do I do this? And then, what do I do? Push and... What does this do? This one is for the rear passenger, right? But how do I... Is that the only way to climb in? Cannot be, right? There must be some sliding mechanism. That's the best I can do. Did I miss out anything? Nope, none. See, this is where sometimes powered ones are nicer. Oh, this is for rear passenger to use. Oh, there's no way to fold up or tumble. Yep. Let's try that side. I believe it will be the same. Yeah, that's the max it will slide up to. Okay, I think that's the best it can do. All right, so, well, let's make the best of it and try to climb inside. Occupational hazards. Okay, what? Okay, after folding all three, it looks easier. Ugh. Let me mount you guys first. Sorry for that. Bit of a runny nose. Oops. There we go. I believe I am in view. You see my foot? Okay, don't need to see my face lah, huh? All you need to see is this part. Okay. That's how it looks like at the back here. Now let's, oh, this one is still further back than the rest, huh? Okay. Further optimization needed. Okay. Oh, because I pushed them all the way to the front just now. All right. Unleash the Kraken. Okay, at this juncture, I believe having a powered second row might be a better choice than a powered third row. But it's mostly for kids. You know, small kids, they like it. Okay, so bearable, but not enjoyable, I would say. Okay, I think at least I can sit properly. If you look at my knees, sorry for that, if you look at my knees, it's touching but not pushing. I am 5'11", 180 cm. So there is space underneath the seats for my feet to go inside, and I think I can bear with it at the back here. There's not a lot of amenities. There's no aircon vents or whatsoever. I don't get ports of my own. I get a cup holder and that's about it. There's no phone holder or whatever. And I still have some headroom a little bit. So I think for kids, it's perfectly okay. And they'll feel very secured at the back here. They'll feel it's fun. Oh, play with their grandparents or whatnot. So it's totally okay. Is there a strap for me to lower my seat back? There is none because this is powered. And both sides have the powered controls. I'm surprised. Now, to get out of this situation, I think I just need to pull the strap and the whole thing goes down. Okay, and this one as well, the strap. Okay. Yeah. There we go, and I climb out like that. Yeah, which is not the best, all right, but I think that's the best way for them to optimize it, I guess. So now let's flatten these two seats. Now think about it this way. These are like emergency seats hidden behind your large family 5-seater SUVs. And they are at least respectable because compared to a lot of others who left that thing there. Okay, compared to a lot of others that are barely bearable, this is at least okay. All right, I can sit perfectly behind here. Works for me. Okay, and what do you do now? Just press this. Both sides have it, which is not bad really. Okay. Look at that. Yep, XC90 can't do that. Yeah. The XC90 actually is a bit cumbersome to do the whole thing. At least this one, the third row, at least. But if the second row is also powered, and when you press the button, the second row will slide forward to allow the third row, right? That would be a lot more elegant and of course a lot more expensive. Okay, now let's try and put this back. Single hand. Will I succeed? I think I will. Easy, done. Then you pull this back. The guides are here. Yep. Yeah. It's workable if it's manual as well. Just Audi has perfected this. Now Audis use powered hinges and then supported by a strut. Compared to BMWs, they do a power strut, right? So yeah. At least when this one fails, this one still can work. But you need both lah, huh? Okay, so Audi has been using this mechanism for a long time. My old Audi S4 uses powered strut. I think my RS6, I couldn't remember. Okay, anyway, done with the boot. Let's go to the second row. So I think you approach this car with the notion whereby this is a spacious 5-seater. Okay, it's a spacious 5-seater SUV, but you have the option of having emergency seats behind. Sorry for that. And then lower it to the max. Here as well. I'll lower it to the max. And here as well. I think I used my head. Ouch. Okay, let me show you now how comfortable I am. Wait. I was surprised when I lower the entire thing. Wait, there we go. And there we go. You can clearly see me. You look at how I'm sitting. It's genuinely very, very comfortable with this sitting angle. All right, because the seat back can be lowered to such an extent. I like it. Yeah, I like it. It is spacious. I think the second row, when it comes to adjustability, when you push it all the way to the max and then you can lower the seat back angle, it makes the second row more comfy than that of the XC90s. Okay? Come, let's show you other stuffs. I think I don't want to hold the whole thing. Ugh, there we go. Yeah. Just now I wanted to show you guys this. This is German engineering. Let's turn on the lights a little bit. I was like, why is it so tough? Look at the hinge. Look at that hinge. Is it necessary? Solid stuff, way. Look at that hinge. Wow, power, man. And this one is thin because it needs to hide completely here, unlike what was that car that bulges out, making it literally impossible to sit on. I forgot. What is this? Hey, so cute. This is the dreaded mechanism, press. And then you can never do it single-handedly. Okay, go down. So they raise the cup holders when you open it up so that you can, the bottles are more secured than were if it is just so shallow. Okay, there we go. Proper 3 seats abreast, all ISOFIX. Nice. Even the last 2 seats have ISOFIX. This one has ISOFIX. What about the front? ISOFIX as well. Ooh, yo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can have 6 children. Oh wait, where's the wife? Okay, 5. You can have 5 children, and then all of them can have their car seats. All right. So okay, I haven't started the car, so I can't show you this. 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt socket at the back. Audi uses nets. Why? Because when kids have chunky stuffs, I know it feels cheap, like what Matt Watson say, but when it's a chunky object, it still can hold, unlike those nice leather folder type. You can't put chunky stuffs. But of course, over time, this will soften, the springs will get, you know, and the whole thing will look very shabby like that. All right, here, oh, my daughter left a bottle for me to show you. I like Audi's door bins because they shape their door bin at the same angle as your door handle, and this opening means you can put your bottles easily. Right, some cars you have to stuff them in. All right, nice door bins. This is interesting. What year is this? 2025, and you still get ashtrays. That shows how much the Germans like to smoke. Okay, carbon fiber. Can you believe that? Carbon fiber. This is proper stuff, proper Audi stuff. You know, aluminium. This is aluminium as well. Very nice. And then you have sunshades. And thank you, Audi Malaysia, for tinting your test cars. So nice. And this Alcantara material is fantastic. Speakers over here, aircon vents here and here. Some hook points, all right? This one, if you have a pet, you can buy that accessory that hangs across so that your pet don't go to the front, and you lower all seats flat. All right, this is spring loaded and it's very nice, all right? Oh, elegance. All right, and the seats are nice, man. Audi makes really good seats. Okay, let's get back to the front. Retrieve you guys. Ooh, there we go. Chunky doors. Oh, so nice. So nice. Yep, that's the front cabin. All right, basic seat controls. You only can do, you can push front, rear, but also this one. This is the most crucial. This separates cheap cars and expensive cars. Being able to just angle the front part, all right, and then or the whole thing. A lot of people who has never sat in a 300,000-400,000 European car back then don't understand this. You thought it's only up and down, right? You thought it's only up and down, but the most important thing, the biggest differentiator between these more expensive European cars and the cheaper European cars is this. Yes, you don't get that in your 2 Series. You don't get that in your Q3. Okay, so this is nice. This is nice. The carbon fiber door lock and unlock buttons, everything feels nice. This is Audi at the end of the day. Alcantara, proper materials. Okay, let's start the car because it's warm. Aluminium pedals, right? Accelerator, brake, and your footrest. Really nice Audi build quality here. Let's start the car. Okay, let me clarify something first. The other day, I drove the Q8 e-tron and I was so disappointed with the build quality. That is, of course, a newer Audi. This is an older Audi. And in the newer Audi, the Q8 e-tron, it is so obvious that Audi has cut cost on the interior. There are so many things that are, you know, squeaky, just an Audi from a loyal Audi fan like me, which has already owned 3 Audis across different generations, right? I have, my first Audi was a 1997 Audi A4 1.8 Turbo. My second Audi was a 2009 Audi S4 Avant. My third Audi is a 2014 Audi Q7 RS6 Avant. So I see the progress, all right? And this is how Audi interiors should be. Not in terms of design, okay, but in terms of the solidity of build. All right, everything. The other day I was in the XC90 and my mind thought of the Q8 e-tron, and then I said, Volvos make better interiors than Audis now. Right? Audis are famous for their interior build, right? And I'm happy to say, when it's an older Audi, this is more solid than that Volvo, ever so slightly. Every material is carefully chosen. Everywhere you run your fingers, it feels great. You don't find scratchy plastics and all that. It is just great materials all out, all right? Aluminium, proper aluminium, all right? And these ones, I know they are plastics, but they are done so well. The edges are molded so sharply that you thought it's milled aluminium, but it's blurring the line between metal and plastic. This one is done so well. If it is molded, it's done really well. It actually feels like a milled aluminium here, okay? And of course, when the aircon blows air on it, it actually feels cold. So some really advanced materials over there. All these feels good as well. Unlike that you know, BMW has that single panel over here. The whole thing feels cheap. The whole black panel feels cheap. This one, I know it's gloss black plastic as well, but at least it doesn't feel as cheap as that in the BMW, all right? And Volvo one, even though it's wood over here, but when you knock it, right, there's that reverberation, just feels hollow inside. This one sounds more solid, right? Of course, carbon fiber, very, very nice. The very liberal use of carbon fiber also surprises me. This whole part is carbon. Here is all carbon, leather stitched down here. In between there is an aluminium lining, and the whole carbon fiber piece runs all the way from here to here and towards the back. And even until this part where it's out of your visual, there is this, look at this satin chrome piece here that feels like aluminium. It's cold to the touch, mind you. Just so nice. It is nice. The hinges are tough, strong. Wireless charger over here. You get 2 USB-C ports. Even this small little leftover part is covered in felt. This is rubberized, carbon fiber as well, and this little part over here. And it's very nice. It's a very nice cabin. Oh, how come? Why does it move? Just now it slid by itself, right? Did I start? Oh. Okay, classy. Okay, this one I have no idea why it faces that side instead of my side, but okay, it's alright. This is for you to put your keys, 12 volt, so that more smokers can smoke. This one is not collapsible. This is rather small, but it's okay for small bottles, just that the bigger ones don't fit here. Okay, but you cover it and it looks good. Okay, I love the steering wheel, the thin rims, the girth, and it feels nice. The buttons feel good. No cheap stuffs inside here at all. Cheap stuffs undetectable. Okay, everything feels great. No molding lines can be felt. This is classic Audi interior. That's how Audi does their interiors. And even parts like these, if you watch my Q8 e-tron video, I was questioning what is going on with this part. You know, it's like multiple pieces of plastics then that isn't planned to be placed next to one another. But this one, look at that. The gloss black, this thin aluminium-like feel thing over here. This feels like aluminium that runs all the way across. It feels cold to the touch as well. Feels just like metal. And it all feels good to the touch. And it's so nice. It is nice. Genuinely nice. All right. This one, when you touch it, it doesn't feel like it is a thin layer that is just layered on top of some cheap plastics. It feels more substantial than the equivalent German competition. I mean BMW and Mercedes, all right? But one thing that isn't in this car, now this is interesting, okay? It's not, you look at the Chinese cars again, Chinese give you a full length mirror and then with diffuse lighting from behind. I think it's high time you guys get Chinese suppliers, okay? But there is a trick up its sleeves. You get a double visor, all right? Especially those times when sunshine shines through this side or that angle, so you get two, which is nice. Okay. Yo! First car in Malaysia that I saw this. Wow! Wow! What's happening to this? The sensors? Okay. Oh! Really? This is so old school, man. Okay, anyway. You have all that, but there is no panoramic roof. Ta-da! So I swear to you, I have a friend from Sarawak. She said that she wants a premium luxury SUV without a panoramic roof. And all of them has it. She hates it. Okay, I myself, I will not buy a car without panoramic roof. I love panoramic roof. But her concerns, which is valid, she doesn't like that feeling of being inside an oven. Because when you have glass above your head, even if you have a blind across it, the radiated heat from the glass, because glass don't reflect sunlight like metal roof does, right? They absorb. Even if you have some tinting on it, right? When you touch your glass under a hot day, it is still hot, and that heat will emanate out. Okay, she hates that. Right? She doesn't want panoramic roof. Yeah, I get her. I fully understand her, but I myself like panoramic roof. But let me tell you, there are drawbacks with panoramic roofs as well, or sunroof. When you have a roof system like that opens and all that, right? You have all the drainage system inside that drains water, and it's 100% thing. The drains will get clogged up, and when they get clogged up, rainwater will drip out from here. It feels terrifying. It is genuinely terrifying when you have your nice roof liner, Alcantara or whatever, right? And then you start seeing a stain of water, and then they sort of collect more and more, and then they start dripping. And it's damn embarrassing when water drips inside your luxury German car. I mean, even if it's a Lexus, if your drainage system is clogged up, water will still flow in, okay? Now, let's come to the dash, the multi-screen thing. Are these screens good? Not good. Are they high quality screens? Yes. What do I mean by not good? Where do we start? Now, they have shortcut buttons over here, you have widgets over here. I'm sure over time you'll get used to it, but it is not the best use of screen real estate. I know what Audi is doing. Audi doesn't want to do that. Wow, one large piece, lazy work. One long piece, lazy work. Visually, if I'm a driver, I think this is much better than BMW's solution and Mercedes-Benz's solution. All right, I like this cabin more, but I just felt that compared to the Chinese, in terms of interface and all that, right, I don't think they've done enough to be imaginative enough in terms of what can be done here. When you have a nice screen, you have a high quality screen that touches really nicely, and you hide the frames. There's no frame here. The whole thing is integrated so nice. This, and this. It is integrated really well. But this one, being a screen, permanently shows this and try to integrate some form of dynamism. You press this one changes instead of this, right? But all it needs to do is just to flash these 4 buttons. You see, there's nothing to be done here. Nothing. It's just these 4 buttons. Why can't they show that 4 buttons here when I press that, right? Never mind, I press rear, and then this one changes. Okay, now I'm controlling the rear screen, the rear aircon. Okay, I can independently control the rear and the front, which is okay. Look at this giant button. Look at this giant button. Rear mode exit. Yeah, rear mode exit. And then here is disappeared, and then just one off. You can off the rear aircon vents, or you can press rear mode exit. Okay, now we're back, and all these are back. They are trying very hard to use both screens. You get what I'm saying? You don't need to. You can do everything here, right? You don't need to block my navigation when I'm trying to do the rear aircon vents. Where do I go now? You get what I mean? Of course, the navigation can be shown here. This is Audi we're talking about at the end of the day. All right, it can be shown here, which is a benefit when the passenger wants to deal with something else, such as rear aircon vents, and then this one is still around, okay? But Audi engineers, I think, don't listen to me, okay? Keep your layout, this. Keep your layout, but hire someone else to figure out how playful can these two things be. There is a lot of things that can be done, okay? I'll give you an example. Did you saw this nice animation over here? Right? Use this animation here, okay? And then you can add all these things on top. So it looks more dynamic, you know, you can slide. You know, I would love to, oh, you can slide here now, okay, that's not bad, okay, but I think there is a lot more possibilities with what you have here. The touch controls are immediate, okay, it's responsive, there's no lag at all, but in terms of interface and all that, I think a lot more can be done, okay, in terms of the UI. This one is nice because it doubles as an armrest. The leather here is very supple and very nice. Just that the strength needed to put into reverse and drive is actually pretty. You can't just go in like that. Oh, you can go drive like that, but you cannot go reverse like that. You need this to go reverse. You need to press this for safety purposes. But actually, you need to exert quite some force to actually push it into reverse. Maybe it's for safety, it's all right. Okay, what else? The door bins are nice. Again, like Audi, you can put large bottles over here. But see, you see everything, right? Do you see that? Somehow there is a hole in there that I can hide a bottle of water. Look at that. Ooh, it slots in. Okay, Singaporeans, this is where you hide your illegal vapes that you buy from Malaysia. Okay, this is where you hide them. All right, you hide them inside and then you stuff some things inside so that the Singaporean customs can't find it. Okay, this one as well, covered in felt. Nice. This is huge for you to open the bonnet. Maybe because Audi is used to people needing to open the bonnet very often. Okay, that's a joke. Hey, modern Audis are reliable, okay? Covered in felt as well. Nice, with a pen holder, very large. And overall, very, very nice cabin. Very nicely fitted. Of course, we now live in the 2025 era. And the Chinese have shown that, why can't I put a fridge here? Do you have a battery underneath here? Is your transmission that huge? Is it empty inside? Why can't I put a fridge here? Why? Tell me why. Why? Look at my eyes. You know, the Chinese, they like to do that. It's like, why? All right. So they are being extremely imaginative with their car interiors, and I think everyone should catch up. Now, come back to the question of this. A lot of people say, oh, 2025, Audi is trying to local assemble a Q7 at 460,000, blah, blah, blah. Okay, in Malaysia, EV, tax-free. Locally assembled hybrid 2 liters, literally tax-free. So these are not tax-free. So when you buy a Q7, you're helping Malaysia's economy. Okay, now, hear me out. When I heard of the news of Audi locally assembling the Q7, in my mind, I go like, too late. It's too late. All right, you could have done this many, many years ago, but it's too late. And then I'm not that super interested because it's not some brand new Q7. This has been out in the global markets for a few years already. But, and then I got the test car and then I drove it. I freaking love it. The drive is fantastic. It has some turbo lag, which is annoying when you're so used to those like Volvo plug-in hybrids and EVs and all that, right? You're not used to putting your feet down and there's no response in like 1 second, and then the turbo spools up, and then off you go, even in dynamic mode. Okay, smooth driving, okay. And this car has some 48-volt mild hybrid system, which I don't really care. And but the drive is so nice, the engine is so nice, the sound of the engine is nice, the speed with which it picks up speed is nice. And suddenly I'm thrown back to 2015 of what is a car that people will happily pay 700,000 for this kind of performance, for this kind of interior build and feel. And then you're asking, but it's already 2025. Yes, I get it, but a lot of people also don't want cars that they have to deal with the batteries, the hybrid inverters, the ERAD motors, all that. They just want a good old petrol combustion luxury car where they pump petrol and then they drive, they finish, they pump, they drive, and then all of a sudden they reach Chiang Mai, and then they continue on, and then then they go the other side, they go into Laos, and then from Laos they come down to Cambodia, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, basically a mile cruncher of a car that doesn't come with all the electrification stuff, just good old petrol combustion engine, things that they are familiar with, things that a mechanic with a certain normal logic is able to work on, hopefully. Now you need diagnostic and all that. But yeah, this is if you do not want any hybridization with your cars or any electrification with your cars, I can't find you another better SUV now than this one, because it is good, it's well built, it's locally assembled, it's well built, the engine is nice, the design, I just don't like the front end. As an Audi person, I prefer my RS6 front end. The more, I don't know how to say that, it's not so, this one looks like, this one has that look which I don't like. The grille part bulges out for no reason at all. Maybe for pedestrian. Oh, there's a lot of idiots who cross the road without looking. Let's design the grille to bulge out to protect them. And then the Audi that has a very angular, very nice chin becomes that kind of face. Anyway, all right, too long a video. That's the Audi Q7. And yeah, I'm glad I drove it. I'm glad I like it. And yeah, this idiot thing should go away. Audi engineers, please look at how Volvo activates adaptive cruise control. It's a single button. You can just add one button here. One button turns on everything. Turns on maybe level 1, which is adaptive cruise control. Press that button again, you go into steering assist, lane keep assist, and then you press again, you cancel everything, right? And then you use your radar and your regen. Oh, this one doesn't have regen, this is not a EV. But yeah, this is so complicated. Look at this thing. This is from how many years? This is from the 90s. This logic. And Audi needs to do away with this. Too complicated. But to activate it, you press this, and then you press set, and then you up the speed, lower the speed, and then you add the distance, you reduce the distance, and then suddenly you push it out, the whole thing cancels. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. And if you enjoyed the video, check out my channel on my other videos. And I'm the guy who don't prepare my script, don't study the car, and I just roll the camera and explore the car together with you. And I don't care about my YouTube views, I don't care about subscribers. I think my videos help actual car buyers who want to know everything about the car that they are considering. Okay? Cheers.